So it was announced a few hours ago that the 2.7 update in Genshin Impact is going to be delayed. The end of a patch in Genshin Impact is always kind of a drought. It's always a time where players don't really know what to do because there's not much content, and now we're probably going to get a few weeks of that. So allow me to help you out. If you still want to play Genshin Impact during this time, as much as you are now, I've got a list of 10 things you can do. Let's get started. It's always nice having a big arsenal of characters to fall back on. It's always nice to play around with different teams and everything. But while we're always so busy building up new 5 stars, it's important to give the 4 stars a chance as well. Especially a 4-star that you've had since the beginning of the game, but you just never touched them. For instance, I've recently started building Chongyun. I got Chongyun in my second week of playing Genshin Impact, and I had not touched him up until now. Additionally, what you could also do is you could work to crowning a certain character. Recently on stream I crowned my Yaimiko, but there are a ton of other characters I would like to crown as well. Getting the materials to crown a character is quite a long process, and it might keep you going for, a few days, maybe a few weeks. There are a bunch of things that I personally put off ever since maybe 2.0. I know that I've still got a bunch of different quests to do, I've not completed my hangouts, I could be exploring a bit more. There's probably something in Genshin Impact that you've been putting off. So during this break, why not try and give that a chance? It's probably the only break in Genshin Impact that we're going to have for a while. So why not use this time to catch up on the things that you've been procrastinating on? You don't always need to farm artifacts or talent books for a specific character. You can just go out and farm artifacts just because you need a few more. You can also check to see which talent book you have the least amount of, and you can farm those. This break is also a really good opportunity to farm ley lines. Personally, I don't farm ley lines that much. My Genshin Impact schedule doesn't really accommodate that. But with this break, it could give me the chance to do that. And ley lines are great. Ley lines are great for friendship, for Mora, for Hero's Wit. They are a valuable use of your time. Sometimes in co-op, you'll see people put their signature as "help me" or "can somebody help me do this boss," etc, etc. It will probably be really rewarding and fun, especially if they're a lower AR than you. You can flex just how good your brand new Ayaka is without having to be judged by some random AR55 player who thinks they know everything. There is no risk of you getting judged for your damage because that person has quite literally asked for somebody's help. They'll be grateful for you being there. Another thing that I also put off is mining. I remember at the beginning of the game, I used to mine a lot because I used to pick up everything I used to see. Now I don't really do that, so now I'm kind of running out of rocks and stuff. So this would be a good chance to kind of go out there and just farm, just mine. If you really have nothing else to do, it's good to stock up on that. I know I touched upon building characters, but I think building supports is in its own category. Building supports is more important than people think. Building up Bennett, Mona, Yunjin, Kujosara, the list can go on of supports. And when you build them, you will thank yourself because you will be able to hit heights that you have never reached. Supports bring out the best in your damage dealing characters. So if you can, during this break, give them some priority. If you're somebody who puts off reputation quests just like myself, this is probably a good time to get on that. Reputation quests and rewards are really, really important. Well, they're not important, but they're nice to have. The only reason I have maxed out in reputation is Inazuma. And it's so nice having those wings. And in addition, you do get some interesting items if you do reach certain milestones. So it's worth getting on that if your reputation isn't maxed out already. Again, similar to the mining, farming crystal cores and core lapis and just anything and everything. It's probably going to be really beneficial during this break. If there's nothing else for you to do, it's so important for you to stock up on these materials, just so that when the time comes that you need them, you're not having to wait. You might think to yourself, oh, I see these materials every day, I can pick them up whenever I want. But honestly, and weirdly enough, that's easier said than done. Especially for somebody like me who considers themselves a lazy Genshin player. So during this break where there's not much to do, why not just stock up on everything? On the topic of stocking up, boss materials are quite important, and when you fight a boss, you do have the chance to get a dream solvent. Dream solvents are honestly a godsend, so you might as well just do all the bosses. Getting any dream solvents would be amazing, and also you'd be stocking up on boss materials as well, which is something that you might not do during the regular cycle of playing Genshin Impact. I know that I always forget about weekly bosses, so this is a good time to get on that. And finally, literally, just take a break from the game if you really want to. Just log in for the Primos, log in for the commissions, and then log out and do something else. There's no pressures to continue playing Genshin Impact during this time. This is just a list if you really want to. I would say this delay is a really good time to stock up on materials and building up new characters if you have the means to. That's probably the main thing I'm going to be doing. But yes, leave a comment down below. What are you doing during this time? We have a lot of free time now in Genshin Impact. You might as well try and do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary and something that will benefit you in the long run. But yes, that's my take. Have a nice rest of your day. I will see you when I see you.
Hey there. If you like Genshin Impact, Animal Crossing or games in general, join our chill Discord server. Thanks and have a nice day.